Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my old subscribers and welcome to my new subscribers. I thank you all for coming back again and just clicking on this video. I just thank you so very much. So in this video, what I'll be doing, I will be embroidering on two bookmarks. I've gone in and designed them on the Hatch embroidery software. And as you can see on the screen, it says fearfully and wonderfully made. And I'm not sure if you can make out the other one on the right, which is in green. It says here that he is Lord of Lords. And that is it. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And it doesn't matter what anyone says about you. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. All that matters is what Jesus Christ says about you. And he says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are worth it so much that he died on the cross for you. So what is happening now in this clip, I've gone ahead and I've threaded the machine and I'm just doing the placement stitch at the moment. I've chosen to use two stabilizers because in previous videos or in previous embroidery, when I've used one, because it is tear away, it is not as strong, and then I find that at the back it's basically tearing. So I've just chosen to double up on it, so to speak, and so far it's okay. Put it that way. I didn't look at the back of it to see whether or not the thread was coming through, if I'm being honest. So basically that is what is happening now. Sorry about that. I'm just doing the placement stitch, and I've chosen to do Leatherette Bookmarks, but I've chosen to do it with a twist. So I'm putting the foam down. So I'm going to put foam in between the layers, and I find that when I put the foam down, instead of the bookmark having being a bit flimsy with just the two pieces of leatherette, the foam gives it some sort of rigidity and stability. I am not using like the expensive foam. I am using foam that I bought from my local craft store here in London, Hobbycraft. And I think it was £5 for a pack of 40 or something like that. I don't remember. I think they were on sale when I got it a few weeks ago. So that's what I'm doing. And because it's two side by side, I have not taped it down or anything like that. So I'm just carefully holding it down and smoothing out the leatherette as it is being stitched. In that way, it's preventing the fabric from having any sort of unevenness. It's nice and straight and smooth once it's stitched. And then the first placement stitch has been, what am I trying to say? It has stitched the first placement stitch. So what it is gonna do now, when I was doing the digitizing, I didn't put a pause or another color for the second one. So that's why you see it started stitching straight away. So I had to stop it and then cut that piece and then put the foam on top of it and then start again. Is it a bit meticulous in doing it? Yes, it is, because it's like two pieces of leatherette I have to cut for the box, so that's end up 4, and 2 pieces of foam. But the effect that it gave at the end of it, in terms of the feel of it, is really nice. I really do like how it feels. And here in this clip, what I'm doing as before, I'm just holding down the leatherette and smoothing it out as much as possible, so that it will be nice and clean and not have any bubbles or whatever unevenness in the center of it. And basically that is what I am doing. And then after this first placement, this stitch of the leatherette, what it's gonna do is then gonna go on and stitch the other design. So if you know about in the hoop, because you're doing any your design, etc., your stitching in the hoop, you have to do your stitching first, do your design first, and then if you have another piece of fabric, then you do that last. That way it will hide the stitch, and that is exactly what I am doing here. And I think I am not going to use that color thread, which is blue. I've chosen to use variegated thread that I bought from Amazon. I think it's called New Burrow thread. It was inexpensive, so I decided to use it anyway. You know, at the end of the day, when you're starting out a business, you cannot go straight ahead and buy the expensive stuff. You have to start out small, and then you take your time and build up, because the expensive threads, yes, they do stitch nice and etc. But I've used this New Burrow thread on other designs. I've designed t-shirts with it, and I've designed other things with it as well. And I've worn my t-shirts and I've washed them so many times, and I've put them in the dryer, and the colors are still vibrant. So I don't see anything wrong with it. If you cannot afford the expensive one, don't stress yourself and go and buy the expensive one. Wait until you can afford the expensive one. So what it's doing now, it is stitching the, and I'm not sure why it's going all over the place. I thought it would stitch the fearfully first, but it is stitching the and then it is gonna go on to do the rest. So I'm not gonna let it go through and you guys watch it, because then this video would just be way too long. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let you guys see a few stitches to see how the color really looks nice. It has like a rainbow type color on it, and I really do enjoy how it turned out. So what I'm gonna do after it has done a few stitching, I'm just gonna go and then I'm just gonna fast forward the clip so that you guys can just watch exactly how it is stitching out. And I'm telling you, it is so beautiful. I really like how it turned out. I'm glad I chose it instead of, because I'm saying to myself, what colors can I use to go on this brown that won't make it so washed out? So sorry about that. As I said before, I'm just gonna fast forward now so that you guys don't have to sit here and then watch this going, or else this video is gonna be going into the hours upon hours long. So enjoy. At least I hope you enjoy watching it. I find it so therapeutic to watch embroidery machines go. So I will catch you in the next clip once this has finished its stitching. See you. Bye.
I see you, I close my eyes and I see you. I feel you, I sense you're always there. I hear you, your voice I hear so clearly. So near me, I see you everywhere. And my eyes are filled with tears as you strip me of all my fears. So I stand before you naked, and as I am, you fill me with a love too great to understand. Am I dreaming or awake? It's just the same. And I'm crying tears of joy. I never cry for pain. I never cry for pain. You heard me your name and you heard me. You saw me, saw a broken man. You love me like no one else ever loved me. You freed me from my pain, and I surrendered.
Hi guys, welcome back. So in this clip or in this section, whichever one you want to call it, I'll be now embroidering that pink flowers, and I'm trying my best to thread the machine yet again. So what happened is that when I was digitizing it, I actually put the flower in the last sequence when I should have put it under I finished the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. So what I had to do, I had to go all the way to the last sequence on that particular bookmark. And that's why you can see 8, 9, and 10, because these are the last 3 colors in that sequence or in that play sequence, etc. So that's why it's at the end. So I had to do that because, as you know, when you're doing in the hoop, you have to do all your designs first, and then if you're doing another piece on the back, then you put that other piece on the back to cover up any stitches, etc. So what is happening now, I'm just, not me personally, but the machine is just embroidering the pink flower, and instead of using plain pink, I opted to use the variegated thread. It has like 3 different shades. It has a very light pink, like baby pink, and then a medium pink, and then a slightly brighter pink. So I opted to use that instead of using plain pink on the bookmark. And to be quite honest, I quite like how it turned out. It turned out really well. I even showed it to my husband, and he said he really liked how it turned out, you know. So basically that's what it's doing now. It's just embroidering the flower. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to speed up this clip right here now. And once it's finished embroidering and start onto the next bookmark, I'll be back. 1 minute.
Tears running down my face, and I stand before you naked and as I am. You fill me with a love too great to understand. Am I dreaming or awake? It's just the same, and I'm crying tears of joy.
Hi guys, so I am now back. So in this clip, I'm just doing the second bookmark, and I'm just going ahead and embroidering He is Lord of Lords, and that's it, you know, regardless of what. The Lord Jesus Christ is Lord of Lords. He is above everyone and above everyone we can ever imagine. He is above everything. You know, at the end of the day, whether or not you believe it, one day every knee will bow and tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. So if you have not accepted the Lord Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, now is the time for you to accept him, because when you look around us, you can see that the Bible is fulfilling. The scriptures are coming true, you know, and now is the time. Today is the day of salvation. So harden not your heart. So, you know, this is what I'm doing here with my work, is glorifying God through the work that he has given me to do, whether it is doing these crafting items, or whether it is like doing these YouTube, you know. In everything we do, we have to give God the glory, because without him, where would we be? So I just found it befitting to have that bookmark that says he is Lord of Lords, and that is it. So this is what it's been embroidered here on this one, and I'm using the variegated thread. It was whilst it was being embroidered, I realized that I actually took up the wrong color. I wanted to put another color on this one, but to be quite honest, I think it turned out quite okay. It's not that bad. So that's what it's doing now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to speed up the video clip, and so you guys can see, because looking at it, this clip is quite long, and I'm sure you don't want to sit here and just watch an embroidery machine just going away. So once it has finished, then I'll come back to explain the next step with what I am doing.
Crying tears of joy, crying tears of joy, tears of joy, crying tears of joy. I am crying tears of joy, crying tears of joy. Here I stand before you naked and as I am. You fill me with a love too great to understand, and I'm dreaming or awake, it's just the same. 'Cause I'm crying tears of joy. I never cry for me. Naked and as I am, I never cry. You fill me with a love too great to understand. Am I dreaming or awake? It's just the same. I am crying tears of joy.
Okay guys, so I am now in this clip trying to thread the machine yet again. It's a hit and miss with this machine, to be quite honest. I haven't really gotten the technique down as yet, but eventually I did get it. Did I get it in this one? I'm not sure. I think I did. So what I'm doing, I'm just embroidering the last pattern on this bookmark. It is I think it's a leaf. Yeah, so I've chosen to use just a plain color. I think I've chosen to use green. On the design, I'd put blue, but then I changed it up and decided to use green instead of blue. I know I keep saying but to be quite honest, choosing to use the variegated threads and a plain thread really just does make the design. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to speed up the clip here to embroider the leaf, and then I will be back. Catch you.
Where would I go? Where would I be if I could not walk with him? I'm in his hands, he carries me home, frees me from all my burdens. I have no fear, there ain't no doubt, he's by my side, he shines his light upon me.
So in this clip, what I've done, I've unhooked it, my front design etc. has been finished. So I've turned it over, and then I'm just cleaning up the threads at the back of it, and just cutting away the loose loose threads or whatever they're called. So I'm just cutting it away, and then what I'm gonna do after that, I'm just gonna put my piece of fabric or leatherette on the underside of it. That's where now I'm just gonna do the embroidery and finish these beautiful bookmarks. I know we tend to be I wouldn't say skeptical is not the word, but we tend to admire the work that we do, and nothing is wrong with admiring the work that you do. You know, when you have a vision of something, and when you sit back and when you see that vision come to fruition, it's good to admire what you have done. So what I'm doing now, I'm just using masking tape to hold it. I could always use probably say spray tape, not spray tape, self-adhesive, the temporary tape, but I didn't want it to use it because sometimes I don't like the smell, etc. So I'm just using masking tape in just securing the leatherette to the back. I always sometimes do get this part wrong because I always end up taping over the area that's going to be stitched, and then it becomes difficult to remove it. So in this, that's what I'm doing now, and in the next clip that's coming up, I will be hooping back my design, and then I will be finishing the stitches. So in this one, what I've decided, when I was digitizing, I used another stitch to hold that in place. So basically that's it. And in this clip now, what I've done, I've finished hooping the design, and I'm now going to do another tack down stitch for the back instead of doing the final stitch, because what I've decided to do with the final stitch is to use a satin stitch around it instead of like a single stitch or a zigzag or whatever. So I think what I'm gonna, if memory serves, it is a zigzag stitch that I use as to hold the back piece together. So as usual, trying to thread this machine, I'm telling you, the struggle is real. I'm telling you, it's, as I said before, it's a hit and miss. And when I've tried it like 2 times and nothing seems to work, I just said, you know what, let me just go ahead and do it the conventional way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start the stitch, and then I'm going to speed up this clip right here, and then I will be back once it's finished.
Where would I go? Where would I be if I could not walk with him? I'm in his hands, he carries me home, frees me from all my burdens. I have no fear, there ain't no doubt, he's by my side, he shines his light upon me. And when I'm weak, he's always strong, his love for me.
Okay, so I'm almost at the end. Oh wow, this is long. I didn't think that this would be so long, but you know what, it is good to just continue on the path. And you know, there are times in life when we want to swerve off and do the easy route, I should say, you know, when God has called us to do something, but we think that it is taking too long, so we tend to either give up, or we tend to turn back, or we try to do it easy, you know, but never give in to the easy way. When God has called you to do something, continue on the path that he has called you. It may seem long, but it is there for a reason. The time, the length of time it is taking is for a particular reason. It is probably to strengthen you, to help you to persevere when the time seems as though it's never gonna end. So regardless of how long, you know, you are basically hoping and relying on the promises that God has made to you, and you may think that it is not going to come to pass. Remember, his word will always come to pass because he is a promise keeper. The promise may not come to pass like right when we say we want it, but God is an on-time God. And as you can see, I have to be patient in doing the cutting out of this leatherette, trying to cut off as much as I possibly can to make the edges neat. And that is it when you are walking with the Lord. You have to be patient. He's training us to be patient, to have the fruit of the Spirit, which one of them is patience. And that is it. God wants us to be patient. And as you can see from there, I'm taking my time and being so meticulous in ensuring I do not cut not only the thread, but also cut the stabilizer. Because if I cut the stabilizer, there goes the integrity of it, and it may not hold up properly when I'm embroidering the bookmarks again. So all I'm saying to you and encouraging you is to continue on the journey where God has called you. Continue on that road, even if that road seems lonely. Even if that road, it seems as though you're in the wilderness, you're placed in the wilderness for a reason. And you're placed in the wilderness for a testing, because God tests all of us. God tests all of us at the end of the day, and we have to pass that test. So as you can see there, I'm just taking my time. I'm just being meticulous. So what I'm going to do, it is so heart-wrenching. Even when I was doing it, I was saying to myself, my goodness, this is so long. Because remember, I also have to do the back as well, But in the end, when we take our time to do things, we will appreciate them even more. Anything that we get that is too rushed, that is too fast, when we obtain something, it's just like when you obtain something outside of the will of God, it never lasts. Why? Because it is rushed. It is, you're going ahead of God. He doesn't want you to have that particular thing at that moment. But we in our human wisdom, which is foolishness to God, think that we know more than Him, So take your time, even if you think that it's taking too long. Be patient. Look at Abraham. Abraham waited for, I think, 25 years for the promised child. And did God fail Abraham? No, He didn't. And if God didn't fail Abraham, He's not going to fail you. He's not going to fail me. We just have to hold on, because He is a promise keeper. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to speed up this clip now, because even watching it while I am doing this voiceover just reminds me how long it takes. It took long, and it's leather, and then I have the what do I have underneath here again? The foam. So that made it even double difficult, I should say, with regards to cutting both pieces. So I'm just gonna speed up the clip now, and then I'll be back once it's finished.
Lead me home, to the Father's house. I'm in the Father's house. I say a prayer and He takes me there, home to the Father's house. Here in His house there is a light. It is shining for you and me. Just open your heart, open your eyes. He will show you His might and glory. And though I slip, I never fall. He lifts me up and turns His face towards me. And in His eyes I see His love. I take His hand, He leads me home.
Okay, guys, so I am now back. Yippee, I'm on the final stretch. Wow, this is long, because even in the editing here, with even shortening it, etc. This has taken me a bit of a time. But you know what? Anything that you enjoy doing, regardless of how long it is, you will just love the process, you know? And in this clip now, what I'm doing is not me personally, of course, is what is happening is the machine. The final stitch is going on here, which is the satin stitch, you know? So what I did, I just went ahead and I cut off as much excess material as possible. So that's, you know, I wanted it to have a more cleaner look. Although, to be quite honest, when I was cutting it, I said I shouldn't have cut it so close when I was finishing it up. But hey-ho, at the end of the day, this is just a video for, you know, demonstration or entertainment purposes, etc. So basically, this is what is happening in this video clip now. You know, it's going on and stitching the satin stitch, the border, and you know what? I quite liked how it turned out with the foam inside. It gave it such a sturdy feel to it instead of just having the two pieces of leatherette, which would make it a bit more flimsy. I mean, nothing is wrong with it, but you know, that's another idea that you guys can probably implement, is put a bit of foam in it to sort of give it some rigidity, etc. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to speed up the clip now, because this is just stitching the border, and then once it's finished, and then I'm unhooping it, etc., and adding the eyelets as well as the bookmark tassels, I will be back. So I'm just going to speed through this because I'm mindful of the length of this video, which is I didn't even think it would be this long, to be quite honest. But I guess, you know, when you're going through and cutting up all these clips, it tend to be long. So I'm just gonna whiz through and come back once the eyelet is being placed on the bookmarks.
I see you, I close my eyes and I see you. I feel you, I sense you're always there. I hear you, your voice I hear so clearly. So near me, I see you everywhere. And my eyes are filled with tears as you strip me of all my fears. So I stand before you naked and as I am, you fill me with a love too great to understand. Am I dreaming or awake? It's just the same. And I'm crying tears of joy. I never cry for pain. I never cry for pain. You heard me, I called your name and you heard me. You saw me, saw a broken man. You love me like no one else ever loved me. You freed me from my pain. And I surrender to your embrace. Tears running down my face. And I stand before you naked and as I am, you fill me with a love too great to understand.
Okay, guys, I am in the final stretch now, and thank you for sticking around. Well, I hope you have stuck around for this video. It's probably the longest video I've ever done. So in this clip now, I'm just putting on the eyelet, using the We Are Memory Keeper crocodile, I think it's called. And I'm just ensuring that it's all neat at the back and ensuring that everything is done. I've punched the hole properly because in a previous bookmark thing that I did, I think I'll probably put that video up, to be quite honest. I actually punched the hole in the wrong area. So it has 2 holes on the bookmark. But as I said before, these are just for my own personal use, as well as to put up in my shop, etc. that I have. So basically that's it. I've put on the eyelet. I've chosen brown, which I think go nicely with the thread, as well as the color of the leatherette. And then what I'm just doing now, I'm just choosing the tassel to go with it, because the thread that I use, it's like variegated and it's different colors, so I can choose any color tassel to go with this bookmark. So as I said before, thank you for sticking around, and I hope you have stuck around, and as I said before, just a word of encouragement before I close this video. There are times, as I said earlier, we may see or think that the promises of the Lord is taking too long to come to pass. But in the end, and this video is a perfect example. It took so long to do this embroidery because I only have a single needle machine. But it doesn't matter. Keep on pushing, keep on persevering, keep on going forward, knowing that what you are doing, if you love it, you will enjoy it. Let it not be a burden. And even if you think it is a burden, as the Lord Jesus Christ said, cast all burdens unto him. Give him the burdens. And here I'm just showing you how it looks. It looked absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you, it turned out so beautiful. And see, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and he is Lord of Lords. And that's what it looks like. So God bless you all, and have a wonderful day, a wonderful morning, a wonderful evening, whenever you have decided to watch this video. And I say shalom, 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 and keep on pushing through, because God is fighting for you. Bye.